All right, guys, welcome to the weekly Bitcoin review with James and Kenny. This is not financial advice, guys. This is just what we're doing and we're sharing it. So take with a pinch of salt, do your own research, and become accountable for your own actions and decisions. So let's get into it. So what you can see here, we've been following this plan since we broke out from here. And this is off the back of the golden crosses that happens obviously on the daily chart. And our projection has always been that we'll do another 60% to the upside, which takes us to around the 150, 150-ish mark. So we're still on track. We've done the first rise, which took us to the 123. We hit it exactly on block. The next one we're heading for is around the 130 to about 135, 133 range. That's where we're heading for. Might do a small pullback. There might be a small pullback tonight, potentially, but even that's a very remote chance. As you can see, if you draw, if you draw a trend line across from here to here to here, we are sitting on the trend line. If you were to draw it from here to there, okay, we're not sitting on that trend line yet, so we're not sitting on that. Oh, sorry, it's on the wrong way. So we're not sitting on it yet. So potentially, yeah, I mean, we could get the 115, maybe if you're lucky, 114, as a good pullback for us to continue the journey. If I look on 4 hours, it's just sideways. And since we formed this low candle, it's been going sideways. And I think this is more of bullish consolidation rather than to roll over. So I think this goes up some more. But just be mindful, you could spike back into 115, 114K before we go. If I quickly look at the CME chart as well, what you see on their chart is they closed at a low of 116.09. So currently on the Binance Perpetual chart, we basically got them because we had 118.4, right? So, you can expect them to run this back down, run it back down, and that 114K, 115K becomes a reality because if you look on the here, you could do a double top or you could come to this point here, which is sitting 116. Or I mean, you could 114K would close this gap as well, ties in 114,380 would close this gap. So that would be my worst case scenario for a pullback. So if you've got some orders sitting here at 114.5, 114.6, 114K, that zone, you'll do really well because I think you'll get picked up and the next trip would be taking you to 133,000, 130,000 Bitcoin. So that's my prediction for the week. And I'm going to pass it to James to share his thoughts as well.
Yep. So based on our volume analysis on the hourly, which we will get into, we are in a cycle. Um, this is the bar pattern on that cycle. And then this yellow line is where we are in that cycle on the previous cycle. So if we overlay this to this, we have a lot of similarities, and that is where the yellow trend lines are going to come from. When you overlay them, this is where we get these yellow trend lines. So if we go into the hourly, we can see what created this. We have the trend line break of our volume starts here, but the bar pattern starts back here because we took it from, you know, we match it up how it had to fit. These things aren't going to be perfect, but what I will say is we have threshold breaks here, threshold break here. So the basis of our move is the same, although the time is different, but we have to lay the bar patterns to their similarities. So when breaking this down, we see a lot of similarities just in this first push up. I'll overlay it one more time for you guys. This is saying that the move is over and we are going to start consolidating these six-figure levels. It's not going to be a straight up move like people want it to be. Bitcoin is going to take its time at six figures and it's going to consolidate this level. We are still in a bull market, but the market needs to consolidate. There's a lot of things going on at six figures. There's people with Bitcoin that bought it in 2020, 2019 in March at $3,400, $2,900. It was they were basically giving it away on some exchanges. So these are things that you have to realize are going on. And me personally, I will be trading this. So when we go into the 4 hour, we can see the layout of the candle pattern. So we have a pink candle, and then let's put on our Bollinger, and it's around our midline. Okay. So we come to present day, we have a pink candle by our midline, as well as putting in a diagonal trend line off of these three touches right here. One, two, three. And then we come to this move over here. We have a diagonal trend line with one, two, three. And here we are in the position after that move with our pink candle. So here's our pink candle. What happens? We recover the pink candle, and I will be looking for a short entry at the recovery of this pink candle. My stop loss will probably be, I don't know, 500 to $1,000 away. And usually when we see these moves, because we can see what happens after a huge downtick in price. So what they're going to try and do is most likely probably Monday morning come up, recover this wick at let's see, 119, probably 119.5, and then they're going to send price down, and we're going to get this first move down here to where then we will have a recovery, and then we will have a further move down to 106,000 area. And then we'll have a move up and then a move down, and we have everything painted out. So let's just keep it at one thing at a time here. I'm looking for this pink candle on the 4 hour to get recovered. Most likely, hopefully, Monday. That will be further fulfillment that we are right when this move happens on Monday, and we trap American liquidity into thinking price is going to go to $200,000 because they're going to wake up, Bitcoin's up, they buy. This is what they think is going to happen. It doesn't, they get liquidated, and round we go. So that's all I got for Bitcoin.